And we're live!
Hello.
Hello.
Hey everyone, how's it going? We are thrilled to be here. At least I am. I don't know how I won't speak for the rest of you. Yes. Wonderful. Welcome to the 5th installment of our Empire of Ghouls campaign, aka The Rising Hunger, where we are playing in my own homebrew world based off of Kobold Press's Empire of Ghouls module. And since Kobold Press is sponsoring this wonderful season of The Rising Hunger, tonight we are giving away a hard copy of Deep Magic, which, if you're like me and you love to play spell casters, oh boy, are there so many new spells for you to cast. Yes, it is. It's super, super cool, and it's not even just for wizards, it's for all kinds of spellcasters, all different kinds of flavor, with like clockwork sorcery and deep, ooky, nasty void sorcery. So much good stuff. And yes, I'm happy to be here with you all. As a reminder, this is a horror campaign where there will be lots of dead and decaying bodies, cannibalism, lots of body horror, and just a great time all around. So if you're not in the mood for that, I totally don't blame you, but hey, it's October, 'tis the season, so for all of you who are here, buckle on up, let's get going. I am Sage, your storyteller this evening. And with me tonight is Willy.
Yes, it's the Willy Boo at the Willy Boo. Fun posting online and having a good time. And tonight I shall be bringing you one LuVon Chromarak. A lovely individual, uses he, him pronouns, possibly a Dampier, but that remains to be seen. A darker, dusky complexion, older, good facial hair, nice little goatee, and swept back salt and pepper hair, and a wonderful ornate outfit made of red, black, and gold by one lovely Morgana.
Oh, the NPC that stole our hearts. And Riana.
Hi, I'm Riana. I'm like DIY Ferret on every single social media thing that matters. I'll be playing Six Killer, who is a very, very large, robust, imposing Kenku. She is a paladin of Rogalon? Rogalon, yes. I'm still learning it. And I already really love her, so I hope you all are excited to see her again.
And next up we have Matt.
Hi, I'm Matt. You can find me literally everywhere on the internet at Kentaro TPC, with or without the @ symbol in front of it. And tonight I'll be playing the incredibly monochromatic Valka, the Shadar Kai witch, who is a little bit of a weirdo, but we'll see what kind of serious stuff he manages to get himself into this time. Him and his yet unnamed weird raven companion. Eyebrows.
Is that his name? Is his name Eyebrows?
It is not his name.
Oh.
You
Does he
will
have
find
eyebrows?
out this session.
Oh,
I think he has eyebrows. He doesn't even have eyes.
Oh, that's even
Oh.
weirder.
Yeah. Told you it was going to get weird. Wicked weird.
And of course, last but not least,
Hi, my name is Jen Vaughn. My pronouns are she, they, and I'll be playing Marrowmorn. Pronouns are she, her. And she is a dusky, lavender, orc bard. But more importantly, the only remaining member of Lunar Star Graveside Services and more. She is wearing her traditional gray lab coat with goes up to the neck. It's got great pockets. There's a little embroidery with the Lunar Star logo. She is wearing black tuxedo pants with that shiny stripe up the side, fantasy Doc Martens, and the laces are half black, half purple. Bottoms painted, again, just the lavender. She wants to, people to see when she walks away. and she is wearing a little it's a backpack. I don't know why I'm trying to always make like it's like it's a cool satchel. It's a backpack. It's in the shape of a skull. One of the eyes has a plastic orb so that her little friend Ellipsis the snake can view the world and have a good time, like those cat backpacks, but way cooler.
Way cooler.
Mm-hmm.
And with that,
All right.
Sir?
Resuming my position. Excuse me.
Oh,
yes.
I see.
And with that, where we are picking up, LuVon, you had just walked into this rectangular room, which on each side of the long sides of this rectangular room are 8 niches that are filled with, of a top and a bottom bunk of sarcophagi. And as you were sort of dragging your nails along the lids of these sarcophagi, suddenly you felt this hand reach out and snatch your wrist, and you saw this gray, black, decayed skin with these long yellow nails that are frantically trying to pull you behind this sarcophagus. It wasn't too much longer when suddenly a monochromatic Shatterkai burst in, a 6-foot-tall raven humanoid figure, a dusky lavender skin orc, stepped in through another entrance, along with a pink-haired human with this black cloak that's topped with raven feathers, as they're all staring at you in surprise and looking as to what should happen next.
An ambush.
And we're gonna roll some initiative.
All right.
Oh no. Okay.
Oh boy.
Can I get you all to blow on my dice for me? Thank you.
I just ruined this recording for you real quick.
Probably. Very sorry, everyone. What do I added?
A 10 for
2?
Marrowmorn.
I think 2.
7 for Valka.
You add your dexterity modifier for your initiative.
Okay.
I have a 23 for LuVon.
Oh, that's so funny. I have 3.
All right, Marrowmorn, what did you say that your number was again?
10.
10, and then Valka.
7.
All right, a 3 for 6 killer, and what did Homeboy get? Not as good. All right, well, LuVon, you are first to act with this as you're being grappled by this creature.
Right. So the first thing I need to do is break out of this grapple. What do I need to do that?
You can make either a strength, athletics, or an acrobatics to try and wriggle out of his grasp.
Okay. My acrobatics is a lot better, but right now I'm basically just trying to pull my hand free.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll do a sick flip with that too. So that will be a 21.
Yeah, you're easily able to manage flicking your wrist and doing a flip to get out, and you've steadied yourself. Now seeing behind this sarcophagus, actually where your monochromatic companion is standing, you see one of these gray individuals who looks undead, the Shatterkai, and you see just peeking off into another corner, and you see another one of these undead creatures.
All right, which of you have names? As I back up and make sure there's nothing behind me.
6 killer. This friend Aaron, what happened? What?
Okay, you're good.
Wait, names are all we need? Like, that's not something we can fake. Okay, Marrowmorn, real name.
Look, I can handle backstabbers later. Right now I'm dealing with monsters.
All right, and then Marrowmorn, it's your turn.
Oh, beautiful. How close am I to one of the undead?
You're about 15 feet away.
15 feet. All right. So
Yeah.
Marrowmorn has attached to her back is her just for show or for graveside services display longsword. But thanks to this amazing intro that Marrowmorn had, she has now a fossilized sword with a skeletonized hand that's gripping the blade as the pommel. So she sort of like wings it around. Yeah, sure, whaps it around, just like, oh, that's a great noise. Like, why was I a bot? I could have. Okay, come at me. And then she just sort of like shoves it toward the neck region again. Maybe the C3 of the spinal column. Yes.
Wow.
Does an 11 hit?
That is a good question. Not quite.
Okay, so she sort of just grazes them. Does it tickle?
And so as they kind of like duck a little bit as they're trying to lash out against LuVon, and you just miss with your swing, and then Valka.
Valka will just take this all in because now everyone's showing up, and he's just gonna he sees LuVon's beautiful eyes, and it's just like immediately like, oh, I have to get over here, and then he sees the thing grabbing him, and he walks over to you, and he like reaches behind into his robes and pulls out a sickle, like a little one-handed sickle, and he's like, hey, wow, this is the real thing, huh? Everything's so freaking grabby here. And he like tries to go and grab the arm and tries to like go take a hack at it. You got to get rid of these things; they just get out of control. I'm gonna make a melee attack roll against it.
Cool. Into it.
So this is a natural 1.
It's just so much hacking. Your sickle probably needs to be sharpened. Who knows when you maintain your equipment last.
So he goes in and he swings and he like misses. Like, wow, that was okay. Well, let me try. And he hits it again. He's like, okay, clearly I haven't used this in a while. I'm sorry. Do you have something better for this? This is probably gonna be a bit of a time.
Who are you?
Valka, Ilford. Pleasure. Let's finish the introductions later. We'll take care of this, no problem. That'll be my turn for now.
And then 6 killer.
Man, I'm not sure. So, full disclosure, I've never played any class that has spells. I don't know what all of this means.
So most of paladin
looking
spells,
at them,
most of your paladin spells, like all of like the different kinds of smites, are usually a bonus action to cast. So you can spend your bonus action to cast, and then you can spend your action for your turn to make an attack. So for your actions, you get 1 action per turn, and then to attack, cast a spell, whatever. And then your bonus action, and then your movement somewhere in that mix.
Okay, well then, I guess I'm just gonna try to go over to LuVon and Valka and hack this thing too to get him out. Let's see. And big money. Oh, that's a nat 20.
Woo!
That's a
Pew, pew,
little
pew,
nat 20.
pew.
Yeah.
Way to balance the
everybody.
scales.
Hell yeah! So
Wow.
for my rules, what I love to do for natural 20s is that you take the maximum of all of your damage dice and then roll on top of that, because it feels really bad when you roll snake eyes and you're like, wow, gee whiz, that sure was a critical hit.
Wow, I love that rule. That's awesome. Also narratively, Valka just like fucking up and 6 killer coming in and just hacking the thing down is really good. I'm enjoying this.
It's definitely on flavor for her.
So let's figure that out. So the scimitar
Is a d6.
4. Yeah. Okay. So it's 6 plus 2. So it max is 8.
Yeah, and then roll another d6 on top of that.
Okay. And then awesome. 5.
Nice. All right, so a total of 11 at this thing. And what distinguishes this ghoul from the other ghoul as you're looking at it? It's like a physical feature that you're just like, oh, it's got really long fangs.
Maybe it's got horrible fangs and like one of the eyes is already like out, like drooping.
Oh,
He's,
so
like
we got
particularly stinky as well.
all right. So we got Drippy over here.
Stinky.
Drippy
And
eye.
stinky. Oh, now I have
Beautiful.
to Google search how well do birds smell? Well, on a previous campaign, I found out birds.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I hate like we talk at the same time. That's just the nature of live play. But I found out that birds actually can get drunk, but they have a pretty high tolerance for their size. So
Interesting.
a kenku drink pretty well.
Oh, especially being 6 feet tall, drink you right under the table.
Yeah.
All right, so this ghoul, old Drippy
Huh,
here.
they're not well developed.
Their
That's
Makes
surprising.
sense.
olfactory senses.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm also imagining Six Killer
Yeah.
drinking like from a puddle, like like
Pours it into the beak.
Need special straws.
yeah.
So
to
old
that
Drippy
later.
here
Aw, bird straws.
is going to attack Six Killer since it just took a significant chunk out of its body. Wow, that is hot garbage. It's just lashing out uselessly from its claws at you. And the other one, Valka, who is just off to the left of you, is going to come up and give you a heckin'
Oh
chomp.
boy. It starts again. Time
And
to
that
die.
And you see, it's like it's not really able to find purchase between your hat and your cloak, and it's just kind of clawing at your neck.
Wow.
And then Aaron here, this pink-haired human individual, you see that you see this bright orb of light sort of flash into her hand, and you see she flings it at one of these ghouls. Is she gonna do anything? No, unfortunately. It just like splatters off against the wall, giving the spray of light briefly. And then LuVon, we're back to you.
Right. So we're going to put an end to old Drippy here at this point. So after making sure I understand everyone who's in this room right now isn't also out to bite me for whatever reason, I basically just kind of dash up and proceed to punch old Drippy right in the snout.
Nice.
Especially with a 14.
That does hit.
Excellent. While also making small talk. Don't mind me. So I assume you were all invited to this party?
This killer not no party. What?
You mean
Yeah,
I
I
go
got
through all
it.
this
This
trouble?
fight.
I got a real formal invitation.
I didn't. No, nobody invited me. It was really not. It wasn't fun.
You mean I had to waste all of my time? I got an 8 with that bludgeoning, by the way.
Nice.
Is there some sort of like party thing afterwards? That, like, is this all just a joke? Will I wake up tomorrow and this is like a really good fever dream where I've made 3 new friends?
I wish this was a dream. Is this thing still standing?
It is still standing.
I'm going to use
Damn.
Flurry of Blows at this point.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Bunches of punches!
So I'm just going to keep on punching this thing with another 14. And this is an unarmed strike.
Beautiful.
Doing another 6 damage.
Ooh, and how do you fell this creature with another mighty blow?
So basically, with my first fist not really doing enough to, like, make it kick the bucket, LuVon looks over at it and then just kind of punches it again, punching my microphone again, excuse me. Just with enough force that it just kind of knocks the eye straight out of its socket completely. So,
Oh, it makes
that
it very
point-
satisfying, like, on the ground.
and at
Oh,
that point,
beautiful.
I just clean off my hand. Ugh. So everyone can just walk on in here, huh?
No.
I mean, some was shambling, you know. It is what I've seen. It's been really not walking, you know, more like a drag stumble. It's quite
Did I
an
be
adult.
worried?
Yeah, worried is. I was trying to get out of here. I accidentally happened upon you after like a sexy blood fountain and a terrible kitchen, not up to code at all.
Did you
Wait,
say
is there?
blood?
There's another one still there, right?
There
Yeah.
is, and it's Marrowmorn's
Okay.
On
turn.
top of me.
No. Okay. Yeah.
Talking is free, so just
I end my turn.
Then Marrowmorn, that brings us back to you.
okay. So it's right on top of Valka.
It's got my hat.
Not bad.
It's good. All right. Does anything happen to Valka when they're being touched by this creature? Just
No.
because I just don't know if Marrowmorn's ever seen a monochromatic creature being touched by
Color.
heterochromatic
Gonna
creature.
see a lot
or-
of weird stuff.
The
Yeah, I'm
weird
just
thing that the strange thing
Oh,
that does happen around Valka is that Valka seems to sap the color in the room around him.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing is.
It's almost like depressing in a way.
just air of ennui.
Yeah.
Yeah. She looks at Valka and she just goes, plug your ears, and and pulls out her horn that looks like it's made from a tibula bone. And it just goes, this is supposed to be for services. I've never played it out here. And just she kind of just like tries to put it right up next to the undead's ear and just plays one long horn. But it comes out like thunderclap. So
Nice.
and they can do a
Very-
constitution saving throw.
A spell, huh?
Oh, we got
It
spells
is a
over
spell,
here?
right?
It is a spell,
Yes.
and I think you're technically 5 feet. You're within that range.
That is fine. Something's about to happen.
Oh no. There was some sort of
They rolled a 9 on their con save.
oh, they failed, so they're gonna get 1d6. That's a big 4.
Hot
Yes,
dang!
panchromatic.
And then they get pushed back.
No, I think that's Thunder Wave.
Oh yes, yep, you're correct.
All right. So you've done that, and you've gotten Valka's attention, and you blow the horn, and Valka looks at you, and he puts his hand up to his mouth in like holding like a cup fashion, and he does the exact same sound, and you see like the other hand kind of go through a couple like offhand motions, and he's casting chameleon casting to cast your spell again.
But also
Cool.
at the undead, not at me, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Very cool.
So the DC. Okay, so this is a first level spell or something like that, right?
Yeah, it's a cantrip.
All right, cool. So that works just
Lower.
fine. Make the ability check. Yeah, we just do it again.
All right, so its con save that time is 14.
Oof. They're able to take it.
Darn.
Sorry. But so
well.
cool.
Boom.
Yeah, that's super sweet.
Marrowmorn sees what you're doing. Like, oh my god.
It's suddenly very loud in this completely stone building as the sound of horns are blaring off in all directions and echoing down these
Six
long
Killer
hallways.
will immediately add to it and start cawing very loudly.
Oh dear.
So one might say it's become very cacophonous as
Ooh,
Ha 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 ha. I'm leaving. Bye, guys.
DM makes a pun, or what's the deal here? What's the currency?
every time you make a good pun or wordplay, you get inspiration. That's my rule.
I see.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, never mind. I'll do this.
Alright, and then
Game afoot.
and then Valka, it's your turn. Yep,
So he-
challenge.
So he just mimicked your spell, and then he lowers that hand, and you see him wind up like a punch, like Popeye style, and it like begins to warp and bulge like a sack full of cats. And then when he throws the punch, the arm just extends and continues towards the ghoul, up to however many feet it is away, up to 30 feet, and ends in like this spiky, calloused fist and tries to hit it. That is...
There is so much imagery there that you just said.
Thank you. That is an 18 to hit.
That will certainly hit.
Okay.
Wow.
8 points of damage.
Ooh, very nice. Oh, this thing
And
is still
since I-
standing.
Since I reacted earlier, I cannot make another reaction, right?
Correct, not till the bottom of the round.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right, cool.
And then 6
And then
killer.
since it hit,
Oh, sorry, yeah.
since it hit, it like hits and it goes boing and springs back and snaps like.
Thanks, I hate it. And then it is 6 killer's turn.
Oh, I get it. Valka's just a rubber hose cartoon. That's why he's monochromatic. Oh,
Yep.
wow. It took me a little bit.
Yeah, Marrowmorn turns around and goes, I'm sorry, is your name Oob Iwerks?
Never heard of that one.
All right, just checking.
Okay. All right, so it's 6 killer's turn. So I can do a bonus action of Thunderous Smite, but I have to do it after or before.
You can do your action or your bonus action in any order that you want.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna do Thunderous Smite, which is first level spell. And first time you hit with a melee weapon, your weapon rings, and you get extra 2d6 thunder damage to the target. And it can also knock it away. So let's hope I can do this. Power of my god. He may not be a movie star. All right, that's I add my strength.
Your for a scimitar, it'll either be your strength or your dex, whichever one is higher, plus your proficiency bonus.
Okay. So that's 15 hits?
Yes, that certainly does.
Okay, thank goodness. All right, and now it's 2d... No. I'll do the 1. Yeah, that's a 3, and then plus... How much do I add? Oh, 2d6s. All right. So 3, 7... 10.
Nice. Ooh, this thing is barely hanging on as the semblance of its skin is just managing to hold its form together. And now with this ghoul's turn, 6 killer, it really doesn't like you. As you have been given it the most recent slash. Wow, I need to switch out this d20. It's hot garbage. I'm assuming an 11 doesn't hit you.
No.
And then Erin here, she's going to send out another bolt of light at this creature and will fail again as she's trying not to hit any of you who are engaged in melee combat. And then it is
friend Erin.
LuVon's turn.
LuVon pounces. Just immediately leaps over to the other one and comes in with a flying fist.
Nice.
And that will absolutely hit with a 21.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Very good. Yeah, that will be 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, it's so close to dead. Again.
Really?
So close.
What'd you say about a blood fountain?
Blood fountain.
I just left it. It's Morena, the the red lady.
The red lady.
Oh yeah, I think I met her. Someone like her? Nah,
You met
definitely
her?
someone associated with her.
All right. Wait. Are the undead dead?
We're still
Deader?
fighting.
Okay.
No.
No, just make sure.
Six killers still fighting.
I'll introduce you to the statue if you want to introduce me to the real person. Okay.
Oh sure, I'm sure she'd be real happy to meet you. She was real happy to meet me.
Oh.
She sure was.
Well, I am doing everything that I have for now at this point. So I'm just kind of like picking myself up cleaning my knuckles off and waiting.
Oh wait, sorry, it's my turn, isn't it?
It is now, yes.
Yeah, sorry. You're just like excellent. Yeah. There's only one guy. Yeah, she's Marrowmorn switches back to the to her fossilized Sork. She's just like, there's one more. It's the first one's just a practice, and what my parents always say, practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect. Oh, does an 18 hit?
Oh, hell yeah, it does.
All right. Yeah. Just we're gonna say slicing was the shoulder, the ball and socket joint, right out. And I have that dice. There it is. For 10 points.
Ooh, yes. And you aim for that ball and socket joint, wrench it clean with your bone sword, and this thing crumbles into a pile on the ground of useless and decayed bones.
Marrowmorn's like, I'm gonna take this one, and just grabs it, for proof. I'm also. So, are you actually looking at her weirdly, or is that just the?
Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah,
looking
no.
at weirdly.
I'm sorry. I'm just like I'm
it's
reacting.
Six Killer as well.
I'm also a mortician, so I want to see if who raised these. There's some things we could do, science things.
Science things. Like what?
Okay. Everything's dead, right?
Yes.
We're good. Out of combat.
Yes. Yeah, we'll fall out of combat unless you all start attacking each other. But
I mean,
Well,
I'm looking pensively.
that's what I'm trying to figure out. So Six Killer says, okay. Six Killer. Who all?
So Valka's picking up one of these ghouls and trying to stuff it back into the sarcophagus, just like kind of bending it however it needs to get in there. So he's in the middle of that action, just like, Valka, Ilford, pleasure to meet you. Back in there, get back to rest.
Marrowmorn walks over and is trying to help. Just like, this is completely wrong. You gotta tease him right in here where the tendon gets hard, and then I'm Marrowmorn.
Six Killer. Okay. Six Killer's gonna like stand in front of Aaron. Just a little bit.
who kind of tries to meekly look over your shoulder, being much smaller than you, and she waves with a very timid wave of, "Hi, I'm Aaron. Pleasure to meet you all."
It's clear you have nothing to do with what's going on here, then.
This, as she motions towards the general surroundings. Oh no. No, I came here with Six Killer because Six Killer was looking for her friend, and who's one of the missing people. Yes.
Stein, scaled one, small. You see?
Stein, scaled one. No, I'm sorry.
Small scaled one.
And Marrowmorn like turns her backpack around so they can see Ellipses the snake in the little eyeball. My best friend?
No, too small.
Okay. But also, just to clarify, Aaron didn't help us in the fight as well, though, right?
I mean, she tried,
Aaron
but
tried.
she was not successful.
Okay, she was not. Okay, I'm just making sure. Okay, so we did all witness them trying to help. So okay. Yeah, I haven't seen any. There's several. I found a bunch of dead people. And Marrowmorn produces all their wallets and identification. Yeah, I found what looks like some type of like plot to kill people to feed a cultist, from Arena. It looks real bad. If someone knows a Boris, I think they're in charge.
Oh,
you've met
Boris knows
Boris.
a lot about me.
Oh no, I've just been reading his letters.
Oh. He writes. Good to know.
People write to him, so at least he can read, maybe.
Valka pulls out his little notebook and he gets his pen. He's like, "All right, let's compare notes. Maybe we can learn some stuff from each other. It sounds like you've all been kind of dealing with the same general thing that I've been doing." And when he gets that out, the raven kind of flies in and lands on his shoulder and like looks over at his notebook as he's flipping through it. When it flies in, it's missing frames like a stop motion video. And when it stops, it just kind of like twitches and then looks at him. Then looks over at the rest of you and kind of like cocks its head to the side.
Yeah,
this
so
lot.
Six Killer. Six Killer's gonna do that bird thing where like her eye is like going big and small and like what?
So Valka's got his notebook out and he's like, he looks like he's reading it. It doesn't look like there's anything written in here at all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And he looks up at Six Killer and he's like, "Oh, I haven't introduced my buddy here. This is Agfa. Agfa, say hello." And the raven twitches and goes, "Caw."
That's so good.
Is what birds sound like.
No.
Just
Some
no.
"Sorry. Caw, caw." And then it just looks at you.
Does it? It doesn't have eyes.
It
right?
doesn't have eyes, but it's still like turning its head like it's trying to.
Yeah, its ocular cavities fill. So I just know if we're going back to investigation that there's a really creepy someone Boris might be meeting up by the Lady of Tears, which I believe was a bridge or underneath a sculpture.
If you would like to make a history check,
Yeah.
I'll give you advantage since this is your hometown, your home turf.
18.
So the Lady of Tears refers to a mausoleum that is in the Conservatory of Cathedrals Park, which is this huge park that is in the city where there are many estuaries and small places where people are interred, where it's often that funeral services are had. So you've given a dozen services here.
Oh yeah, she's got names for it.
Oh yeah, so you can definitely place which small little like mausoleum it comes to mind. There is this very mournful looking statue of this weeping angel out in front. In Six Killer, when you hear Lady of Tears, you would immediately know that is the mausoleum that you entered in through to get down here.
Well, Boris wants to meet under the Lady of Tears within 3 days. Not sure when that message was sent, though. It could be today. It's in the, I call it No Neck Park, because the only reason you're there is if you're lost your neck or you going to neck. But I think it's the Conservatory of Cathedrals, if you will.
Oh.
We could move out of here. It feels like that's the main thing to do.
I was moving forward.
Perhaps somewhere more comfortable with seating, at least for now.
Does friend Aaron have somewhere we can go? Because I don't know, Six Killer's got nothing.
Oh yes, of course. We could convene, and I could give you all rest and shelter in the cathedral dedicated to the Raven Queen. I believe we'll have a couple of rooms available if you all don't have any in the city. Nothing like an inn, but a place to sleep.
Got lots of beds where I work.
Oh, isn't that the truth? And so to head out of here, so in this room there is an exit off to the left and to the right. LuVon, you came in from the left. Valka, you came in from the secret door, which is on the southern side right behind you. And then Six Killer and Aaron and Marrowmorn, you all came in from the right. So there are apparently many ways to get in and out of here.
Okay.
So for all of you, then, you didn't find any secret party down here?
No, just every door was nothing but Boris. And I mean, like, literally, I went to, like, a lot of doors, and it was just the same guy every time.
Wait, like, he was here.
He was a pain in the ass.
Yeah, he just escorted me over here, actually.
Six Killer and Aaron solve riddle? Weird riddle.
That sounds like a door code to a party to me. Not that I've ever been to one recently, you know. But what? If Boris is here, then can't we question him about all this?
Oh, you could question him, sure. He definitely doesn't want to talk to me.
I mean, LuVon?
I mean, you point me in his direction, and I'll be sure to give him a couple of questions.
Are those nicknames for your fists?
They are now.
Brilliant. I got question and answer.
Yeah.
The old Q&A.
God. Six Killer, no Boris, not friend. Boris, not friend.
No, it doesn't seem like it. Seems like a middleman, possibly.
Like a bouncer, a doorman.
Here's how I found this place.
Well, the other thing is we get the hell out of here, and then we can send someone down to investigate us. You know, because there's a lot of dead people here, and it doesn't seem to be as someone in, I don't want to use like an industry term or something, but as somebody who's in the death industry and death services, it doesn't look like it's really up to code or registered or above board. Pun intended, never intended. Yeah, it doesn't seem like we should be found here, I guess.
Oh.
I mean, is it that out of ordinary? I mean, I've been just surrounded by dead people the entire time I was in the city. I'm new here. I don't know how this works.
Six Killer also industry. Six Killer have license.
Is this a convention?
Six Killer, is yours a license to kill?
No. Six Killer director. Funerals.
Oh, okay. Excellent. Oh, we have much to talk about then. I have a hall of hugs I've been working on. It's like a hall of mirrors, but it looks like someone's hugging you. So when you're in pain, but people can't stand to be around you, you just go through this later. Okay. Yeah. Well, again, it's not licensed. It's not registered. I couldn't find anything that seems like it's a legit business, I guess is what I'm saying.
No. Most likely, this deal with weird, sharp, angry, small child, Six Killer fight. Six Killer killed other small, angry, almost child.
You killed children?
Not children.
I can quite attest. Aaron
not
speaks
children.
up. One of them didn't have a face, or really, its face was just a mouth, and it only had arms for limbs. The other one was a tiny vampire.
Vampire.
Me.
Six Killer not meet many vampires.
I don't know if you should kill a child vamp. Well, I guess it doesn't seem. Yeah, Marrowmorn just closes her mouth. She's like,
Well, the child vampire, got away after I flung some holy water on it, but the other abomination melted when it was doused in holy water.
Well, you said a not child. Are you talking about a teenager, perhaps?
No. Like,
I like probably like a vampire, so it's like child's body but soul is ancient. Right?
LuVon relaxed a little bit.
All right,
but
so
yeah, we should go.
yeah,
We should
so-
probably regroup.
All right, yeah, we go rest somewhere and then go investigate somewhere else. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
So Erin, as she offered, she will lead you to the Temple of the Raven Queen, which is perched up on a large hill in the city, and it is completely covered in ravens that have perched and made nests on top of it, and it is just nothing but squawks and caws outside, and you can hear it from almost a mile away.
Nice.
And as
You sure I'm
walk-
allowed in?
And as you walk up the path, they all simultaneously turn their gaze to examine you. And you see Erin, she gives a wave of her hand, and she says, "Oh, don't mind them. They could be a little judgmental, but you are here under my welcome. So as long as you bring no harm to the premises, or any other individuals here, including our creatures."
Would ravens who work under the Raven Queen like be snide to Six Killer? Because she does have a working relationship with a lot of other ravens.
So it's definitely kind of a relationship of tension where it's kind of like we both acknowledge that we're working for a common good, but I don't necessarily like it. It's kind of it's kind of tinged with that like snooty kind of snootiness.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Valka, if you voice any of your concerns, Valka will very directly turn to you and be like, "Don't worry, I'm on official business with the Raven Queen. Yeah, you're cool. Just stick with me. You'll be cool."
And Erin will turn to you and she's okay. "Oh yes, of course. I mean, I didn't want to presume because you're a Shatterkai, but yes, of course, a fellow brethren." And we'll lead you inside, and she'll lead inside as you go through these huge wooden double doors, and you see everything is made out of this black marble that has these sort of veins of gold that twist through it. And it opens into this large hall that the moonlight is being filtered in through this stained glass image of a raven flying under a full moon. And as like the moonlight like filters in perfectly through this glass moon, and you see that there are all of these dark red wood pews to sit and enjoy a service in, and there are a number of doors that lead off of this main hall, and you can see that on one side to the left there's a set of stairs that lead up to presumably to like quarters and stuff, and she leads you up this narrow stone staircase, and she opens up a couple of rooms. You see that in each of them there are 2 cots and like a chest of drawers for you to put stuff in, and she says, "Well, I'm sure you all are tired and have much to discuss. I must go check in with the head priest here. Please make yourself at home. Downstairs in one of the pantries there are some food if you all are hungry. If you need anything, my door is third one on the left from here."
Thank you for your hospitality.
Thanks,
thank you.
Erin.
We all look at Valka. Thank you.
He was like in his notebook scribbling apparently nothing, and he just looks up. I'm sorry, what? Sorry, I lost track of what I was doing. I was making sure I got all my notes straight. What are we doing again? Do you want food? We can go get food.
If you're hungry, we can do. So, what were you gonna say, Willy?
No, I'm quite fine. If you want to eat, please, by all means.
At the very least, it's a good excuse to be quiet and just look at each other for a while while we familiarize each other with ourselves. You know, like you do at a meal. You don't do that at meals? I'm sorry, I don't really get a lot of time with people. I've been kind of on my own for a long time.
It's all good. LuVon is absolutely playing the
Six
part.
killers see this.
Yeah. Marrowmorn says, "It's all right. I normally eat with people who don't speak back, so you know it's the same thing."
All right, let's go down and eat and not speak together, I guess.
That's right. Alone together.
Alone together, as we all eventually will be.
I didn't expect this going in, but I think Six Killer might be the most adjusted person out of the party. And this is gonna be something, y'all. Well, okay, so
Fantastic.
they're sitting and eating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you all can head down and you kind of
Yeah.
poke through some doors, and eventually you find like a very small pantry that's full of dry fruits and dried goods. There are jars full of what looks to be like soup stocks and things that have been preserved, and you all can, kind of putz around
Okay.
and you know, there's a
Whip
small
up a hot
kitchenette.
soup.
Yeah.
Is this like a cook your own kind of thing, or like a buffet?
Are we at Hot Pot?
Oh my god.
Sadly, there is no raw meat to put in your broth.
But there's dried meat, so we could. So Marrowmorn's like, we could rehydrate it.
There you go.
It's like a hot pot.
So yeah, you can build your own hot pot.
Wow. Very exciting.
Mm-hmm.
LuVon is trying to keep his composure in the corner of the room, not eating, just kind of sweating like a sinner in church, as it literally were.
In the corner, like you're not even near us. Like you're just standing facing the corner. Like what's happening?
Oh, I'm not gonna hover over you while you eat. I'm gonna respectably keep my distance for the time being.
I like to think we have like that awkward like eating together moment where no one knows how to break the ice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like a lot of clinking of utensils and like
Mouth sounds.
Yeah.
It's yeah. Like there's a really dry turkey and there's no gravy. Yeah, Marrowmorn just makes a little small plate and just sort of like looking and like slowly tasting each piece of different food. Like taking a lot of time with it. Just be like, all right. Still tastes good.
Six Killer will awkwardly start out the conversation with a so why all in city? Six Killer here to find Stein, small scaled one.
you're also looking for someone. I was working on a case where I was looking for someone called the Sleeper. So far, I've been wicked on top of that. It went really well until I found out that the Sleeper was dead. I found something very important on their person, though. And he goes through his pockets and he slams a silver dagger into the table and just leaves it in the middle. It goes. Brrr. I found this in their back, really wedged in there. Looked like it had been used a couple of times. There's some initials on it. If you look on the engraving here, it's LMF. Is that right? It was LMF,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
AO,
Yeah.
yes. Yes.
LMF.
That's what I was gonna say.
I got some suspicions as to who might have been in possession of this knife here, but I'm not sure how much I should share at this point because I don't want to poison the well with disinformation. While I was looking for the Sleeper, I ran across a couple of ladies in cages. One of them got attacked by some kind of zombie thing, and I couldn't get it down in time, and it took her down. But the other woman was telling me that there was something about lycanthropes and goblins gathering reagents around here. There was a name, Bartleby. And I'm not really sure how that's all connected. Maybe one of you know something about that I don't. But anyways, then I did some more exploring, and then I died. And then
sorry.
I woke up. Okay, maybe not died. I had a really unfortunate turn of events, and it was nothing but crawling stuff all over me, ripping and tearing. I was doomed, you could say. And then I woke up, and there was this woman, gorgeous red hair. Very, very red eyes, very nice lady. She told me her name.
Wait, what made it nice? Like,
oh, she was
just
like
the red hair?
stroking my hair. She was stroking my hair. She was, saying nice things to me. No one says nice things to me, to be perfectly
What
honest.
was her name?
It's so rare for me to get a compliment. I got her name after a little bit of a conversation. She said her name was Luna. She was some kind of follower of the Red Goddess Marina, I think.
Mm-hmm.
What?
And she was there was something to do with the Temple of Ecstasy. I can't remember if it was plural or just one kind of ecstasy.
So that's Jen laughing.
LuVon, fancy one. You know, lady?
My suspicion is that your lovely encounter with a Luna might intersect with the person I was looking for.
Oh.
Where was Luna?
Luna, I'm not really sure. She was behind a Boris wall, one of those Boris doors where Boris just hangs out.
There's more than one.
Apparently, like I said, every door I went
Boris.
to, Dora Boris, yeah.
Door or Boris. How many?
It's a phenomenon.
Many Boris or many doors?
I think it was many doors, but just the one Boris behind
A
them.
magic door.
Maybe he's wicked fast. I don't know. He's really got it out for me by now.
Valka, and I mean this
Uh-huh.
very politely. Were you drinking earlier tonight?
No.
Okay, it's fine.
Drinking what?
She just sort of like, trying to break some of the tension because so many Borises.
No, just the one Boris.
Well, sorry, many doors. A Boris.
Yeah.
A
I don't want to
Boris
share
lead
too
Boris?
much in case I
so
give
did
out too
Luna
much
save you from
information,
death? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah. Like I said, I don't want to put all my cards out on the table, but let me tell you about Luna. She had this really nice torture situation. She had the rack. She had some whips.
was in that room.
Cat of nine tails. There was like a
Little furry
statue.
handcuffs.
Yeah, something like that.
A lot of tails.
The usual thing that you find
hold?
in a bedroom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was in that room too.
Was there a teenager with you, perhaps?
No teenager. I'm 22 now, so no.
All right.
Just me, Luna, and then there was this other one. So it looked very similar to Luna, maybe like a twin.
A twin. All right. Okay.
So
thank you for your.
we might
puzzle.
have two vampires or something like that. I don't know.
Well, all right, LuVon. What it seems to be, you're kind of all over the place. Like what you're looking for a kid. Like give us your puzzle pieces.
Yes, of
Like,
course.
We're all there for a reason, and there's someone pulling some sort of terrible thread to draw us all together.
Sure. I'm on the case. I picked up a bit of a job to find one young Penelope who seemed to have gone missing, and I was tracing the whereabouts of one Luna. And it just kind of led me into the Cartways, which was supposed to be the site of some underground parties for some rich so-be-its. When I was certainly caught and then found by you all. So,
All right.
I feel like I'm wasting time.
Yes. But it's okay.
Yeah. So I happened down there by chance. Not great how I got there. But well, and she opens up the little skull backpack and pulls out this sort of crumpled lavender ball gown. And again, and then pulls out all the identification cards. Lays them out. I found a lot of dead people, which I cannot again stress enough. Enjoy the soup. And like is putting out their cards or their wallets, trying to be like, there's got to be something that links them all. And also, I found this dress, which, again, as a mortician, like I'm trying to get people to I try to get high fashion outfits sometimes for clients or for their loved ones. And I know this particular gown I was trying to get from a designer at something called Sew Buttons. And the woman that was wearing this was Patricia. Yeah, so I think they might have killed Patricia, and I'm not sure. So she sort of like throws the little lavender gown out so they can see as well.
Wow, look at the color on that.
It's
I've never
really
seen
nice.
something like that.
I took this for evidence.
It's good.
Looking through the names, do they sound like aristocrats by any chance?
Yeah, do they?
Yeah, so looking through the selection of wallets with identification cards and everything, you do see Patricia's name, and she definitely does seem, she is definitely a noble woman of noble birth. And then looking through, it's sort of a motley mix of random people. There are people who are, bakers and cooks and working class. There are a few other noble names. Some, of the... Patricia is the one that stands out the most because she is on the city council for Helbron. But yeah, there doesn't seem to be any sort of innate connection that you can see between all these names.
Mm-hmm. Oops, how'd mine get in there? Whoops. Okay, and Marrowmorn pulls hers out, hides it away really fast.
Oh. Well, now your card gone. 6 killers see all dead, right?
Absolutely.
Connection, all dead.
I mean, yeah, but I knew that. We all knew that.
Shot in the dark. Do any of these names seem familiar to the missing persons? Was there a missing persons board, or am I remembering that wrong?
Oh yes, so yeah, one of the correspondence boards that you had passed in town that was just completely plastered in missing persons notices, and these do definitely ring bells. You're like, oh yeah, I definitely do think I saw a Thomas and a Jeffrey and and all these names. You're like, okay.
And would Marrowmorn recognize any of the names from people coming to question her?
Yeah,
maybe check to see if she buried extra bodies, which she definitely did.
Are they
a couple
all
of the
different
names,
races and stuff too?
Yeah, they're all different race, all different species. And yes, you do recall a couple of families who had come to check in with you to see if you had taken in any bodies matching a certain description. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think they're all clearly missing, which is a start. It's not really a good connection. Clearly they're missing because they all died.
It's hard to say that LuVon went pale because he's already kind of faded, so to speak, but he's definitely not looking in the greatest spirits at the moment.
Well, 6 killer will help. Oh.
I don't know what we're proposing. We figure it out.
6 killer propose 6 killer help. who need help.
I mean, I know I would like to know who did this to these people. Purely because I would like to do their services. Nothing, no other reason.
Right. No other reasons.
Not at all.
Music one lying, but six killers say, in truth. Rogalon sent six killer here for reason. Hopefully Feinstein, small-scaled one, but if not, six killer will help.
Yeah, there must be a reason why we all ran into the same room at roughly the same time. Everything's very much connected here. There's definitely no way that that's a coincidence. And on top of that, me being in the service of the Raven Queen and running into none other than a Kenku, no way that's a coincidence. Either way, I know I gotta stick with you, Six Killer.
Oh. That kind, gray one. Thank you, Valka. Gray one.
And he goes and like throws some food on the table, and the Raven goes and like picks it up and just starts eating just in the middle of the table.
Well, the Cotways was my best lead, but if you've already come in through the other entrances, then I suppose that's a bust.
Valka, you did hear from Luna that they were fixing up for a party later that evening as well.
Yeah, he's been like kind of waiting on this one, and so he goes through all the random stuff that he's collected over the past day, and he's like, he takes out the card, the invitation, and he puts it on the table. He's like, we could always just go head on into the mouth of the vampire and just see where that leads us. I've got this invitation to a party later on.
So you did have an invitation. All right.
I got it straight from Luna.
From Luna herself.
Indeed.
Interesting how you all have one in your possession.
It's almost like someone has purposefully given these items to us to get us all connected into some kind of quest.
Oh, Six Killer forgot Six Killer had this.
Yeah,
So
actually,
it wasn't a waste.
I think mine's technically Boris's invitation. So,
Is this what I found in the bush?
That you had seen like stamped in the grass was like one of these red business cards that says embossed in black font, Temple of Ecstasies.
Yeah. Six Killer found this in grass, but it's Six Killers now.
I had this sweet talk of fuddy-duddy.
Sorry, what?
Don't worry about it.
A funny daddy?
A fuddy-duddy.
Okay.
There was no daddy involved this time.
This time, unfortunately.
Another missing person?
No.
Oh, never mind.
Well, it looks like, I mean, Aaron, do you have an invitation? Or are we?
Aaron left.
Oh, Aaron
Oh
left.
yeah, she's down the hall, so you can go and ask her if you would like.
Do we want Aaron to come? Six Killer, this is, I'm sorry, directed towards you. Should Aaron go with us?
I don't know. Six Killer will think about the voice in her head of, would Aaron want to come?
I mean, it's more of a jab. It's not like a real party. And
yeah, that's true. Does it say +1, or is it just?
Nope. I mean, it doesn't really say anything. Well, you're specifically the one that you had found had the small love note written on the back, so maybe that's like a +1.
Six Killer, go ask Aaron.
Yeah, and you can head on over and give a rapping upon her chamber door, and she beckons you inside.
All of us? Did all of us go, or is it just Six Killer?
Just you.
I think it's just
okay.
Believe.
Yeah.
Waiting patiently.
Okay. Friend Aaron. Six Killer have question.
Yes?
Party. Tonight? at Temple of Ecstasy. Would Aaron go?
And she kind of looks off to the side a little bit, unsure how to answer this question. And she says, well, that doesn't really seem like my bag, and I have to be up for early morning prayers, but I have a feeling if you're asking, it's something important?
Well, this only information currently group has. But if friend Aaron do not want to go, then it's okay.
I'll go. Let me prepare myself and collect my things, and let me know when you all are, or when you're ready to head out. Are we going with your friends? Should I wear something nice? Is this an armor situation? Is this like a party? Like a party?
Well, Six Killer not know much more than friend Aaron. Six Killer only have armor, so Six Killer go in armor. But friend Aaron, welcome to come back and talk with new group. Not friends.
Oh, okay.
But new
I
group.
understand. I'll go in armor then. and she pulls out from her drawer this set of leather armor that she had neatly folded and stowed. Yeah, give me 10 minutes and I'll be ready to go, I guess.
Many thanks. And Six Killer will plop on back and say, friend Aaron coming.
Good
well,
one.
all right. And I assume that the three of us have been talking about our outfits because LuVon clearly looks like he's ready to go. Like
Fancy. LuVon fancy one.
LuVon fancy pants.
I was expecting a party, so I had to dress the part. Had some good help.
Yeah.
Six Killer has a very nice set of armor that it's not like ceremonial in any way, but it's pretty nice. She's a funeral director. Like, she's got to look nice.
Well, I'm wearing my wet clothes, so I guess I could put this ball gown on.
If I must.
I hope there's. I mean, clearly, again, this place was not above board, so there was no. Yeah, they didn't. Yeah, there's probably nothing on the inside of this dress that I need to worry about touching my skin. Yeah, so she's gonna go press it, I guess. Oh, she's like, if I could turn it into pants, that would be better.
Well, you can girdle your loins.
Yep.
Yeah, Valka's
that is a
definitely
choice.
not dressed for any occasion other than a scramble in the woods. He's just got like very basic gray robes, like for traveling or gardening, I suppose.
You want my other outfit?
What do you think it'd fit?
I mean, you might clean up a little better.
Suppose either way, it'll probably work better than what I got here.
Yeah, I mean, it's another kind of like bombastic suit, black and red, more the motif rather than black, red, and gold.
Doesn't matter. It's not going to
Doesn't
stay
matter.
black and red or anything for long.
Soon to be black and gray.
Oh dear.
Does it stay? This is exciting.
Mm-hmm.
How tall is Valka and his general size and LuVon? I wanna imagine how poorly this suit fits on Valka.
Oh dear.
I have Valka set at 5'6".
Let's see. I'm taking a look at his measurement now, and LuVon is at 6 foot.
Aw,
You gotta roll up those pants.
You
Yeah.
cuffing pants. Aw. Your little dad suit. You coming down to your knuckles. Aw.
Oh dear.
It's very 1920s.
What's jumping, Jack?
No, that's really good. Valka in like a zoot suit, right? Looking, that's good.
Meryl was
Zoot
like,
suit
you
and
look
the same
fantastic.
hat.
Yeah, you look
Oh,
great.
my
Don't
God.
let these two are sniggering. Don't let that. Yeah, you look
It's
fine.
shy.
Oh,
No, you're
Sex
fine.
Killer isn't laughing.
I feel wicked handsome. Agfa, what do you think? And the Raven looks up and just goes, no.
Oh,
You look quite dandy. We put you in the ground right away. And
The,
Lunar Star.
the name of this
I've
episode
never
is
gotten dressed up
absolutely-
like this before.
No.
All right, so as you all get dressed and get ready to head out, how would you all like to head back down into the cartways? You all have sussed out a number of ways down there.
I've memorized my path then. That would probably be LuVon's first choice, is to start walking in that direction unless other people have a different direction in mind.
Just follow you is fine.
Yeah.
We walk
Otherwise,
across.
I'll just start trying doors because I had a problem before.
Do I come across one of these Boris doors again? Is it still like closed up as before?
And so as you find your way towards this, back to the back of the library where you had found this, where this wall had been pointed out, and you do the sequence and you tap, the third brick, in the second from the right column, and this wall slides open, and again this stone staircase greets you into very, very dark hallways. And just at the bottom of the steps, you see this glow of red light that beckons you inward.
That's new.
Yeah, I don't like that. I better get ready for a Scrabble. Valka's gonna take out one of the spoons that he stole from the other day, and he takes it and he starts banging it against something to bend it, and he kind of wraps the spoon around his wrist like a little piece of jewelry, and he goes, "Perfect. All right, I'm ready."
All right.
Yeah, we're ready.
So a bit of world thing. Are the Shadow Kai like the Raven Queen's new people?
Yeah, she made them.
Basically. Yeah.
She's like, all of you don't like me, cast me out. I'm making my own people who will love and worship me. Hashtag
Yeah.
codependency problems.
Yeah.
So to give you, because you're a DM and have to know this, I've literally just created a curio of protection to get my AC up a little bit.
Very cool.
Marrowmorn's still got her fossilized sword hidden under this glorious, beautiful, only slightly crumpled now dress. It's
Is
kinda
she
like-
doing the Wonder Woman thing where the sword is like in between her cheeks, I guess, if it's that long?
Oh no,
I
she's
never
tall enough.
understood that.
No, it's tall enough. It's attached to her thigh.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. No, but she's very like is this how you walk? All right.
And so you all can descend the staircase, and you are greeted by a pathway off to the left in front of you, which leads into the small cavernous area with the little mushrooms and the small pond. And off to the right. Off to the left, you remember that it was how you went in through the rock illusion that led you into the room where the ghouls attacked you. And off to the right, yeah, and then off to, that was off to the left, and then off to the right, LuVon, you remember that this went into basically a large storage room where a lot of old carousel horses and carriages and like repainted and repurposed mine carts had been stored. And there was another door that that continued onward, but it was locked.
Right. Well, this is the way I came in. The way on the right was locked off, so to speak. And then I was heading into the other room when I met you all.
And so, let's see, Valka, you also remember, so Valka, you came in through a secret door that led to the main Boris room with all of the doors from that room where you all met.
So I'll try to find my way back to that then. There
So
might
you
be
all-
just a corridor with a copper or something just on the ground.
Sweet.
Breadcrumbs.
In a way. I just leave stuff everywhere and then take seemingly worthless crap with me.
And so you all can head off to the left, and you step through the illusion of a collapsed tunnel that leads you into this long rectangular room, and you can skirt back behind one of those sarcophagi, and you can, knowing where it is, Valka, you can pick out where the secret door is, and you can slide it off to one side. And it leads you into a long hallway that goes into a four-way intersection. To the left and to the right, you see doors, and straight in front of you, you also see another door, which is the one that you know Boris had locked you out of.
That's the that looks like the Boris door. If I knock and nothing happens, well, first we can knock and put any one of you other people in front of it. That'd be for the best. If that doesn't work, then maybe I'll speak up, and maybe that'll draw a Boris to our location. But let's try knocking first.
Okay.
And you all can knock.
Yes,
All
all
four
of
of
us.
us.
All at the same time.
Kunk, 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 kunk.
And answering the door is none other than your favorite. Or this fucking guy again. Crazy. As he sees Valka.
Sorry,
sees-
I brought more.
And as he looks at LuVon, he goes, "Oh, I know you're good. You may come in. The rest of you, where are your invitations?"
Hello, Six Killer says, and produces a tiny card.
Good. You?
Marrowmorn pulls it from her cleavage because that's the only place you can put stuff on top. Because, sorry, it's a little. There you go.
Quite fine.
Warm. Oh, sorry.
Elf boy. As he looks at you with utter disdain.
Valka lifts the hat slightly, and the raven goes in under and pulls out the card, flashes it, and then stuffs it back in.
Oh, look at you. You've been busy, little boy. And he snaps it out of the raven's beak. It's just like, you see pockets, all four of them.
The ecstasy is like mind games. Like torturous mind games here.
Oh, I like games.
Yeah, we got it.
And so he leads you into this small room where inside is a statue of this woman who is clad in numerous robes of different colors and patterns. They're all kind of clashing together, and she is wearing this sort of half mask of black that is completely covering her eyes. And he leads you into a door behind it, down a small hallway that opens into this room. It's a small antechamber in which is the intense smell of death and decay, which completely permeates the air. You see a large set of chamber doors on the other side, and it's guarded by this huge hulking figure with taut gray skin, red beady eyes, and a mouth of needle-like teeth that are repeatedly lashed by a hideously long tongue. And Boris pats this creature on its huge bicep, and he says, Now, Boris Jr., they're good." And he leads you into the set of double doors.
Marrowmorn, as they pass this, is kind of like a little hand in the chin, goes, that's a two-gunny body right there. Good God.
Didn't take you for a father figure.
You know, it's hard being single dad. Making your way in the world. And so... And so he leads you through the set of double doors, which opens into this huge rectangular main hall that stretches out before you. You see two sets of columns lead your gaze towards a main central pillar in the center of the room. And chained to this pillar are several individuals, one of which, Six Killer, you immediately identify as Stein. Dancing around the central pillar, LuVon, you recognize the form of Penelope Briggs. And she is as she is sort of like slinking and dancing around this the central pillar that has about a dozen or so people chained around it. You see that she is brandishing this large silvered spear. And on this dais where this central pillar is, you see that 4 braziers are on the corners of this dais, and they are just huge. You see that huge plumes of this violet saccharine smoke is just emitting from them. And you see sort of around the room are about 24 or so cultists who are wearing these incredibly form-fitting red silk robes and these ivory half masks. Valka, you notice, standing on the dais not too far from where Penelope is Luna. And her brother, who you had seen earlier as well, are flanking this woman who has this pure white hair, and she is just dripping in these gossamer robes that are vaguely held in place by these red satin ribbons as she is leading this congregation in a chant.
And when you say the congregation, that is of the cultists that are all wearing the same outfit. So Marrowmorn looks around. Oh, we're clearly out of place. We're going to die.
Does Penelope look entranced by any chance?
Make an insight check.
Excellent.
Yeah, also, I'm gonna... If there's anything you can tell me about Stein.
Stein looks, by first glance, nervous as fuck.
Okay.
So that is a 15.
So looking at Penelope, it's hard to say if it's magic necessarily, if a charm has been cast on her, but she definitely does seem under the influence, and whether that's magic or that's drugs or alcohol, but something does seem a little bit off about her.
Valka is grasping desperately for Marrowmorn, just anything to steady himself on, because he's his head is spinning because there's just so much color going on in this room that he has not been able to deal with this much before in his life, and he's just whew, whoa, this is a lot for the senses.
Marrowmorn goes, easy on, watch it. You okay?
It's starting to give me a headache.
The colors. You have some sort of glasses or something you could put on, like a color blocking.
No, let me just stare at the floor for a while. Maybe it'll
All right.
be okay.
Okay, if someone comes up behind me though, I'm gonna blame it on, and they kill me, I'm gonna blame it on you.
Why don't I stand behind you then? That way they stab me first.
All right. Perfect.
So, what would you all like to do? Boris seems to slink off into... so in this room, you can see that there are 4 sort of archways that lead off into different portions of this area. You see that there are 2 off to the left and 2 off to the right, and you see Boris kind of slinks off to one of the archways off to the right and broods in the shadows.
Marrowmorn wants to sort of question one of the cultists if she can get them to stop paying attention to their high priestess, or
Six Killer wants to go in guns a-blazing, but
I mean, we don't know whether we don't know.
Yeah,
we don't know
no,
anything.
she's holding herself back,
Yeah.
but it's
LuVon is absolutely going over to Six Killer real quick. That your friend tied up right there?
Small scaled, yes, Stein.
All right. Okay.
Oh, Marrow like turns when she. Oh, those are the people. Like, right, of course.
So Marrowmorn, you're after a cultist right now,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, might as well just be like. Remind me what happens after the 12th stanza.
And so they kind of look over off to the side at you as they're repeating this chant, and they're giving you a look like, "Shut up and do the thing, otherwise she's gonna get mad." Sort of look like, follow along.
I think they're just cultists. I think we get rid of the leader. They'll just the usual. They don't have strong personalities.
Well, I was certainly about to go pay a visit to Luna myself, but if you want to forego any welcomes, then sure, let's do it.
I mean, yeah, has anyone paying attention to us other than those cultists? Like,
Make either a perception or an insight check, whatever is
okay.
higher.
I mean, we probably walked in real quiet, like, because we didn't know it, but
Yeah, for any of you who want to make that.
14.
I got 14.
Got it. 11.
I got slightly better, I think. 15. Oh yeah.
So
We're dumb as bricks.
so Six Killer, I imagine that your focus is really kind of drawn towards Stein, and as you're sort of your gaze has sort of drawn towards him, you can tell that he's been a little bit beaten up and worse for wear for sure, and he looks definitely very panicked and looking around frantically for a way out. With the 14s, what you notice is that the three of the what appear to be like sort of the leaders of this congregation you have definitely caught their attention, but they are continuing as intended and sort of waiting to see what you all do. And then what did you get, Valka?
15.
Oh yeah, so you would notice the same thing, that there's definitely a tension in the room.
There's a vibe. Okay.
Yeah.
So Agfa, the Raven familiar, will fly over to Six Killer, noticing that Six Killer is like in a
like
mood
full
to like
on
start
bird,
stuff.
like yeah. When birds get all the feathers up, yeah.
And it'll land in front of you just on the ground and then look up at you and say, "It is ill-advised to start a fight without knowing a point of egress. We'd best take a look around before we start what we don't know we can finish."
Is all she will say, but her hackles will go down a bit.
The point of egress.
All right. So
Thank you, Willy.
what is the what's the game plan here?
So my plan, unless we end up going in guns a-blazing, was going to walk straight up to Luna, or the presumed redhead of the room. So unless you have a different point of entry.
Now we should maybe some of the rest of us go towards the Stein and try to get ready, get in position to help.
Okay.
Or do you want backup too?
Well, I mean,
action?
we're going right up to what do you call it? The commandos, so it might be a little dicey.
Okay, Marrowmorn will come with you.
Cool.
Marrowmorn puts out an arm like a, you want to loop it in, a little Lord and Lady Do action.
Valka will push the hat down so you can only see only a certain amount, and wander more over towards Six Killer. Be like, so what are we doing?
I don't know, guys. I just want to start fighting. That's the Six Killer. That's what I'm getting from her. Like, I could lie and say she's gonna come up with some grand plan, but no, that's not who she is.
Yeah, maybe you should just go up and start untying.
Yeah.
Like, try to see how far you can get without killing people first, I guess, is the real
Yeah,
thing.
that's
And
true.
then-
Okay.
yeah. Well,
Yeah, can she like just fucking sprint over there and take her sword and do a cool like slash and let people out and start just fucking Mosesing, let my people go?
Go.
All right, so
Oh boy. Let me get my initiative ready.
oh no,
here.
the DM was listening. Oh.
so
Private.
LuVon and Marrowmorn, you will both saunter over to Luna and
Straight up. Bold as brass.
Hey,
Hey.
what's your opening line, LuVon?
I presume you're the one known as Luna? I've heard so much about you.
And she kind of turns her gaze towards you and she goes, oh, word does get around. Look at you. You're just so delightful.
I
Welcome
have
to
to
the party.
Oh, well. Why, thank you. I have to give a positive review. Your employee, Morgana, certainly fixed me up quite nicely.
Yes, she used my pattern. And as she drags this very delicate tapered finger with these red painted nails down the front of your the front of your suit, she goes, fits like a glove, doesn't it?
Only the best.
And she'll put a hand on Marrowmorn and be like, company. This is exciting. I love new faces.
Marrowmorn sort of pushes her dark purple hair out of her face with the little gray string, goes, thank you. So when does it really start to, kick off? When does the fun begin? This chanting is, just prelude.
And she kind of throws a quick glance over to the woman who is leading the chant, the woman who is in these white gossamer robes, which are incredibly revealing, one might say. And she'll lead the two of you over off towards the sides as to avoid disrupting. And she'll say, I know this part is so boring. I just, we finish the chant and then that's when the activities begin. Blood, ecstasy, whatever really you're into, we'll hold space for.
Oh, it's a safe space. Oh, brilliant.
Tell me, what are you into?
Not blood anymore. Just mainly the ecstasies part, LuVon, Marrowmorn noticed LuVon counting on.
Oh, don't mind me.
On his fingertips, and this goes, AJ.
No, honestly, I've heard that this has been a long-standing tradition, in fact, as it continues to make small talk.
And excellent. Six Killer, you are running towards this central pillar.
Yeah, because okay, let me give my reasoning. She's not a sneaky woman.
Paint this scene for me.
Yeah, she's too big. There is no universe in which she could like creep over and do something. So she's gonna go in buns a gazing and she's gonna she's buns a gazing. And she's gonna take her sword and she's gonna Because I'm imagining they're like wrapped up like your traditional, we just tied them all together in one rope because we can't afford multiple ropes because there's
Traditional
budget
sex
cutting.
cult ties.
Yeah.
They are actual like iron chains that have been padlocked, so you
come
can't slash it away. You
Sex
can
cult
slash
has
it away
money.
with.
Use your fire
No.
breath.
Yeah. Well, no, I do have Searing Smite. Can I do that? That's fire.
You said they're padlocked.
Mhm.
So a padlock, that'd be like a small or a tiny item, right?
Yeah, it's like 5 pounds.
Feel free to stop me at any point. Valka will go up and see the chains and see the padlock. I'm like, I don't think I can unlock you, but maybe you could skedaddle for me. And he kind of gestures at it and like taps one side, then taps the other, then
You have
taps
to go
the
faster.
other side.
Sage is gone. You have
taps
to go
the
faster.
other.
Yep.
Bounce, bounce.
Oh my
bounce,
god, they all
bounce.
unlocked. No.
Yeah, they
And-
unlocked.
He's
Look at that.
going to try to animate this padlock using his secret of Golomancy to animate this small or tiny item and get it to kind of animate and tell it, could you just open for me?
Okay.
Wait, can I ask, does it also like is it change from like this realistic shaded thing to like cell shaded? Like it's
Yes.
it's very obviously going to move now if we're in an old cartoon. Yes. Okay.
And if it wants to,
Wow.
it can like sprout little arms and like
Mhm.
hands and be like, mm. So tell
Okay.
me if that'll work or not. Either way, I'm doing it.
So you ask. So you cast the spell. You ask, "Would you kindly unlock?" And as it becomes animated. Can it talk?
Well, not when it's locked, Sage. See, that's the cuteness. No.
It can't. Let me pull up the page real quick because I have it here.
I'm imagining like the doorknob from Alice in Wonderland.
It attempts to complete the command to the best of its ability, growing arms and legs and animating for up to 1 hour. It requires concentration. For the duration, it's got 15 HP, movement of 30 feet, AC 10 plus my proficiency bonus. It can make attacks. It has a strength of 6 and a dexterity of 14. It's proficient in every skill, tool, and item that I am. Yeah. It doesn't...
Okay.
It can't talk. I don't think it has an intelligence. It just animates per a general instruction that I gave it.
Are you
So it's
proficient-
broomstick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very much like the Fantasia where they animate the broomstick, the buckets, etc., etc.
Beauty and the Beast. Without
Yeah.
the talking. Are you proficient in thieves' tools? Since
I'm not.
Since it gains your proficiency. You see it sprouts like very much Steamboat Willie Mickey Mouse hands, and it immediately jabs it into the lock as if it's picking its belly button. And
This is like weird body horror.
Can Valka at least roll to see if it can unlock itself?
If it can't, I want to tell it to like climb and try to like pull the chain up in a way.
They can slip out.
Yeah.
what's its strength?
Its strength is 6, but its dexterity is 14,
Oh
Okay.
dear.
which is better than mine. Fun fact.
Okay.
As you're like, okay, never mind. Can you just like climb up instead? And it kind of shifts around and it thrashes around a little bit, and it just kind of gives up
Okay.
eventually.
So
because it can't like it has no leverage to like pull up as it's trying to like pull on people's sleeves, and it's just not strong enough to lift all of these heavy chains that it is tethered to.
well then.
I tried. It's being
Yeah.
really uncooperative.
So
Maybe we'll
I'm
try it your way, I guess.
Yeah. So I'm gonna consider that it's not quite steel anymore, right?
It has
It is.
15 HP
That's 15 HP.
and an AC of 10 plus 2, so 12.
Well, Can Six Killer just go over there and fucking rip this thing in half?
Ooh.
Sorry.
Just kill the animated lock.
I mean, will it be slightly easier than a link?
I mean, they both have HP and hit points. You're welcome to try.
LuVon and Marrowmorn are desperately trying to keep their sexy faces on while watching this over Luna's back.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know what else
Yes,
to
of
do.
course.
Like, I could just put it
And
up
so, with the two of you looking to
Well,
clearly,
let me roll
yeah.
at least.
yeah, go ahead,
Con save.
go ahead and make your athletics check to see if you can rip this thing in half.
What is it? This is a 9. 9 plus 3 is 11.
Go team winners.
So unfortunately, as you're like trying, you're not really sure where to tug at. It's now got arms and legs. It's a little
if
weird.
only you'd
It's
let them finish the cult stuff. No.
it's
Yeah.
squirming around in your hands, but it's still like with your big bird fingies trying to like fit it in and pull it apart. It's just not working. And as
Bird
you
thingies?
bird
Tenders.
fingies, chicken fingies,
Or tendies.
they're tendies. Your bird tendies. As you all are
Anyways.
clearly looking to, God damn it! As you all are clearly looking to disrupt the chanting and liberate the people who are chained to the central pillar, you see that the woman who is leading the chant with this pure white hair raises her arm, and you see every single cultist that is in this room raises the same arm. And she begins to point at you, Six Killer, and says, "Get them." And they all immediately snap their attention towards you and snap their jaws closed and begin walking with purpose and menace in their eyes. And you see that Penelope swings from around this pillar and she points this silvered spear at your throat. And that's where we are going to end this episode.
Okay. You know,
Oh.
I've been in worse. That's fine.
Woo!
That was
Oh,
fun.
It's a pleasure to meet you all.
Yeah,
Pleasure to die with you all.
yeah. Just start the violin playing now. It was a great 2-episode campaign, guys.
I'm never going to a party with any of you again.
Yeah. Whew.
And so with that, we will draw our giveaway winner for this evening.
Yay!
All right, so let's close this bad boy and draw Resilient Chameleon. Are you here? Tell us if you are. Type exclamation point claim in the chat and claim your goodies. And then be sure to send me a DM with your address and your email address so we can get the hardcover copy of Deep Magic to you.
Yay!
Yay!
Congratulations, young chameleon.
Congratulations, you.
Your resilience has
Definitely.
paid off.
Indeed.
Yes, for sticking around to halfway until the end of the stream.
Well,
You have.
we should go. Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I just thought you were frozen, so I was like, we should do outros now.
Yes, awesome. So this has been fantastic. I'm so glad to have all of you here together.
Yeah.
And we will be here same time next week, 6 to 8 p.m. Pacific time. And I have been your storyteller this evening, Sage. Willy, tell us about where
That's
where the people can find you and what you do.
Where they can find me, well, that would be the Willy Boo at the Willy Boo. Fun posting online and having a good time, most likely on Twitter, posting about clowns or frogs for the most part. So, yeah, if you're interested, come find me.
And I'm Riana. I'm DIY Ferret on like everything. You can come over to Twitter and help me make a new character for next time, because six killer is gonna die probably, but hopefully not. But it's been a lot of fun, and I can't wait for next week.
And I've been Matt. You can find me on Twitter at KintaroTPC. Hopefully Valka doesn't die again. You can also find me on the Curse of Lords podcast at Curse of Lords or curseoflords.com, where you will also find Sage, who is one of my players who I get to
That's
torture.
me. Oh, this whole campaign is just payback.
Oh,
It's true.
it's turntables. I see.
I see.
Ah.
So we have to deal with your domestics. All right. And I'm Jen Vaughn. I've been Jen Vaughn. I will continue to be. Campaign be damned. You can find me at the Genya Online. You can listen to me play on D20 Dames, an all-fem family-friendly podcast at d20dames.com or wherever podcasts are free. And you can find my comics and RPG work at Haunted Vault Studios. Thank you again, everyone.
Woo! All right, and so what we're going to say, and I'm going to say until next time, and then we're all going to say feast away. All right, are we ready?
Ooh,
Oh, okay.
I like that.
All right, and until next time,
Feast
feast away!
That's gonna sound terrible.
Yeah,
Get a snack.
Good job.
we a snack.